majority of funding for everything that's government related is related to taxes. Education is still tremendously underfunded. It was back then, it is today. And I think that our efforts were to strive to bring education out of the 19th century into the 20th century. And that would require a greater amount of commitment, but there was not enough resolve to make that commitment that was necessary. Um, when you look at um, eminent domain, that certainly in my community had a more significant impact upon us than it did on other communities, simply because in the first place, our property values were considered to be much lower. And so when they saw a need to take something, they would give it what their perception of the value was to us rather than what we felt the value was. And as a result, we usually wound up on the short end of that stick. Uh, we couldn't, in many cases, um, take what they gave us or what they said our property was worth and go out and find something better that would improve our, situation, condition. So, the arguments around that was also somewhat heated. Um, I think that in too many instances, the arguments that I would bring to the forefront were arguments that, because they were from a Black perspective or from my community's perspective, uh, it in it caused more people, more in the white community, to say, "Well, look, this is something that we had nothing to do with. So you just have to get over, the past misrepresentation." But the problem was, unless you're going to really do something to dramatically improve what the past has done to us, just telling me to get over it wasn't going to make things any better. So, there was a lot of vigorous to and fro on how that should have how it should be structured or restructured.